What? You don't recognize Ryu
Oh,
from
is that
the
Ryu?
legendary
I know
Street
who
Fighter
Ryu
2
is.
Turbo Championship Edition series?
Listen, I know who Ryu is, alright? It's hard to see.
For the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
And many others, yes.
Alright, what's up guys? We are getting started here. Blaine had a quick map check there. We did see a red pendant over at Eastern Palace and normal crystals at the other two Light World dungeons. Getting a fair bit of the diversions right away. Technolink farming kills up here for some tree pulls, I would imagine. Despite getting 3 bombs in the chest, that's interesting to me. Usually you would farm this stuff extra for some bombs, but we already got 3. Oh, but the tree pull does happen to be bombs, so hey, that'll actually work out.
Yeah, we're all set for a little bit. Certainly for Kakariko. Okay, so that's Michelangelo, right?
It's, I think it's just titled TMNT, and the male upgrades just cycle through different turtles.
Okay, that makes sense. There's our glove.
Oh yeah, very nice. Because only the mask is different, so, you know, that's the color that changes whenever you get a different armor upgrade.
That makes sense, but it also means one turtle's gonna get left out.
That's true. Maybe he's the bunny. I'm not actually sure. Actually, I think that might be right.
That might be right. That makes sense, I guess. But who's gonna be the bunny? That's just insult in a way. But anyway,
maybe we'll catch a glimpse of him later whenever we get to it here. Zagumba heads down into Blind's hut here. Gonna get a quick little influx of items here in Kakariko Village. Luckily, got those bombs early on, so we don't have to go farming too hard to have enough bombs to get all this stuff. And already pretty good. We got some silvers and the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so we're about 1 item away from our Dark World access already. It's pretty nice.
With that gloves hanging out in the forest. Not too shabby. That'd be pretty interesting if they end up pulling up the hammer here in town. We could see some interesting writing decisions. Do you just hop into Dark World from town, you know, on 3 hearts?
I'm gonna go with no on that one for me personally, but who knows?
Pretty scary.
It's very scary.
Luckily, it does pull up enough money to be able to buy the bottle vendor item. Oh, well, there's a 300 in the well anyway, so that's just fine. And a great time to get a bottle.
Yeah, we are gonna need that money, and we're gonna maybe need that bottle. That fairy is very useful. So, also let's check the sick kid while we're here, which we'll be doing shortly after we bomb this hut for no particular reason.
I wonder how that wall even got like that in the chicken house. Like, who are they protecting these barrels from? The chickens? Are they, like, trying to keep the chickens out? Because they... Well, there's enough barrels in this room, too. So why do they... I don't know.
I think there's probably a smuggling operation going on in Kakariko. That's where they hide all the goods, because the castle, you know, they come and take your stuff. So you gotta hide it.
The ones in the chicken hut are decoys, and the ones, like, in the bomb wall area are the real stuff.
Exactly.
I see.
Some green goop in the bar. I would not drink that.
No, if the bar puts a quarantine jar of green liquid in their back inside of a chest, I mean, they're probably keeping that back there for a reason, for no one else to find. I bet it's the same liquid that's in the chicken hut barrels.
So it's like Surge, I guess.
Oh, there you go. They'll release it for a couple months, like 10 years from now.
It's more valuable than gold, for sure.
Prices will skyrocket. Hey, we do see our first sword here at the race game. Yeah, it's cool. If we end up getting our quick Dark World access, at least they'll have somewhat of a fighting chance, I suppose. They do end up having the hammer for Dark World access. That'll be as sufficient.
Well, it'll certainly help cut down some bushes along the way there, so...
That's true. Bushes now pose no problems to our runners, as we see Goomba quickly taking care of them.
Yeah, before they only posed a small problem, now they're no problem. Heading back here to check Uncle, maybe even do the front half of escape, I would assume. When you have a sword or just a reliable weapon, that's a really good time to do that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it's quite a few items. And with the sword, you can sort of feel your way through the dark room as well if you want to do that, so definitely prove.
Yeah, with the glove, it's pretty quick to fall down the hole, which Boyne is doing right now, in fact. But, this works too.
Which version of Street Fighter 2 does Ryu use a sword?
I believe that is Street Fighter 3 Omega Alpha Hyper Fighting
Remix.
Remix Part 2.
Okay.
It's the Arxis remake.
Of course. Sound like a Kingdom Hearts title there for a little bit.
Oh, we forgot the fraction in the title too. Dang.
So there wasn't a whole lot exciting back here. Just the blue cane, which it's okay. I give that an okay out of 10.
Speaking of canes, Boyne did find the red cane of Samaria inside the first chest of the dam there.
Well, red is usually better, so...
Is that so?
It's so.
That's so. And how do you feel about the boomerangs?
I don't know. That's a tough one. The red one sparkles, alright? It may not be strictly better. Ooh, Goomba getting bonked around by this guard, unfortunately.
If your method of attack goes slightly off, it's not rare to like completely lose focus me. Like, what do I do? I don't know. So it's just really unfortunate that something like that happens. But luckily he did have the fairy to, you know, not lose too much progress there.
Yeah, the fairy coming in handy right away. It's always nice when fairies have you back, because dying is whack.
Yeah, it's kind of just think he won't have that fairy for later if happens to need it, but I don't know.
Should be okay.
Boyne decides to do what a lot of runners tend to put off for a long time, and that's to run all the way over to Agina's cave, but is rewarded for the with the Bombos medallion. So that'll be really neat to see if that actually comes into play at some point.
Yeah, there's a few places early, especially with the lamp, where that can be useful, like the Eastern Palace Dark Room below Armos. That can be a little bit of a pain.
Ooh. I believe Goomba does have the mirror from Zelda Cell, I would imagine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so both those paying off here, and I guess Nielsen's going to be our first player up in the Mini Moldworm Cave.
It's a nice full magic as well. And a timely heart refill. A shovel.
Oh my god, I love the sprite of the Ninja Turtle going, okay, whenever he receives a gift like that. That's so good.
Well, I do believe we have both boomerangs now, so we will see which one's the better one. Soon enough.
by seeing who uses which how often.
Exactly.
It's the real goal of the race here. It's like one of those Splatoon versus things, you know, where they pick hamburger or pizza or something like that. We're going red-blue boomerang here.
Why not both? I mean, those sound pretty good to me.
Actually, I agree.
Alright, coming up here to the Ice Rod Cave.
Ooh, barely gets that bomb over the wall.
Ooh, very happy he probably came over here. That flute there.
Wow. I know a lot of people like to put this off until they get the flute, perhaps. But, hey, that's really great. So that actually gives Goomba Hera access once he gets all the way over there and grabs that, as he has the mirror right now. We don't have any fire, so it's possible we wouldn't be able to complete the dungeon, but I'd be pretty interested in that. Oh, I suppose also the flute will also, it might make Agina's cave a little more attractive. So I'm not sure if the Bombless Medallion is actually going to elude people as much as previously thought.
Yeah, the flute definitely makes that location in general area just so much more accessible.
Wayne's going to be cashing in the shovel here. Not much to it.
Not much cash for his cashing in.
See if Goomba decides to take the time to fake Flipper. I don't think they will. I only say that. Well, when you find the flute over here, there's no reason to be thinking about fake Flipper, actually, because you're just gonna... If you really want to, you can just fly
Right back.
you can just fly back. Like,
It's at your
never mind.
fingertips anytime you want it.
Yeah, that was a silly thing to suggest. No one's gonna do that. Speaking of flutes, we have simultaneous activation of them right now. The bottom half, and a Techno Link is going to be right on their tails.
And Goomba not far behind. It's going to take Goomba a little bit, but they just got those short legs. They're not known for their speed, but
That's true.
they get the job done.
Alright, Boyne immediately going up to Death Mountain as predicted. Gonna be following that item chain as Nilsson's gonna be heading into the castle here, gonna get that mirror, and head up to Hera most likely right after that.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Light World locations yet left, really. We have Eastern Palace area, we have Hera area. And aside from the fake Flipper stuff, that's about it. I guess we can get Zora, technically. We have the gloves, so that's in logic. But I don't imagine you guys going to do that.
We're pretty close to that 500, but everything else just seems a little more attractive right now. Speaking of attractive, Techno Link saving the old man in the dark here. So he'll have that save and quit point. It's really nice to be able to go do that as soon as you grab the flute, in my opinion.
Yes, heroism is attractive, Nikon. It's very true.
Oh, I was talking about the old man myself, but...
Oh, the old man.
That's fine, too.
Alright. So we did see Ether on top of Spectral Neck. That's going to be nice to have. But we are going to come in here and get this hint first. I'd pick up that red rupee as well. It's kind of hard not to.
I actually think you have to, yeah.
Just one of these unhelpful hints, unfortunately, but...
We're going to be trying the bomb jump back here. This bomb jump...
it's easy every time.
Yeah, it's actually really tricky to set that one up.
Yeah, it is.
It only works because I think you clip into the wall slightly, and it ejects you a pixel further or so than you're supposed to be able to. Otherwise, that gap is too far to make. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm. So Boyne did not have the mirror, unfortunately, so the trip of Death Mountain was cut short a little bit, but seems they're headed that way now. Alex picking up their mirror as well.
Yeah, immediately gonna fly up Death Mountain for that one. Goomba deciding... Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He decided to leave the mountain after saving the old man. While he does have the mirror to go to Hera, I think he's coming over here to Agina's cave just to see if this is the lamp or fire rod, because you don't want to go all the way up to Hera, find out you need fire, fly back down here, then go all the way back up the mountain. So this is just a safety check here to make sure that if I need fire to do anything in Hera, I need to make sure I can get that before. Now, he'll probably only do this. I doubt he'll go, like, farm money for Zora or anything, but I think this one's pretty quick enough to go do that.
Yeah, and you have to save and quit anyway, so you can just start right there at the mountain cave, so if you're going to check that, it's fine times. But as you say that, Goomba pulling out the flute. Perhaps
He's
in
leaving.
the eastern area instead.
Oh, maybe that's a little more attractive to him? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he really wants the fire, or maybe even the hammer, to do more on East Death Mountain before actually heading up to the tower itself.
Yeah, and
While Nilsson doesn't care about that.
no, they do not. And Eastern Palace is a pendant, so there's a good chance we won't have to clear that out completely. So,
Well, there's one of the two items out of here immediately in the red potion.
Hey.
Oh, that's pretty good for the Death Mountain area.
Shot is a pretty good item in general, so definitely
And
paying
speaking of
off.
hookshot related things, Nilsson does discover that the big chest in Swamp Palace is just a heart container. Don't forget to hit the switch. There you go. Okay, so Technolink is actually deciding to fake Flipper. Sees that there's nothing of too much value there on the island. And gonna be our first player up to check Hobo.
Yep, Goomba immediately putting that hook shot to use, though. Heading over here to the east side of Death Mountain. There's a ton of items over here, so...
Yeah. If he finds the hammer, it'll mount very nicely up to Hera, which he wanted to. Whoa! Alright.
That's good.
Finds the fire rod, wasn't it?
That was the fire rod.
Baby.
Bombos requires a bomb, thank you.
Oh, baby! That's a great hint. We did unfortunately see Nilsson take a death there. The mini Moldorms up on the middle floor of the tower got him. But luckily, we all have that fairy.
Yeah, and I'd say the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Death Sprite is really good as well. It's just a turtle. Goomba's finding some good items, though. Mushroom, Master Sword. $300.
Boyne did talk to Sahasrahla, and we found out that our green pennant was at Swamp Palace, which we are actually pretty close to being able to access right now. If I get the hook and the flute this early, that's something you got to think of once you actually have access.
Oh, we do need the flippers as well.
Yeah, that's true. But Technolink knows, though, that once he finds those flippers, his next item in the chain is going to be that fire rod, so he might be more interested in going to check out those instead.
We have Alex tangling with Moldorm up here. This is a bit of a tricky fight when you just have Fighter Sword, because if you poke him once, he's going to go crazy, and that can definitely knock you off fairly simply.
Even spinning with the Fighter Sword doesn't actually...
That's right.
I mean, while it does do Master Sword damage, Moldorm still takes the same number of hits, so it's going to be 6 regardless in this case. Oh gosh, that one was scary.
There we go.
Oh, bummer. Was there an item in the basement?
I only saw the red potion, so...
So I think the big chest had a key, and I think the compass was in the center chest.
Meanwhile, Goomba did find the blue mail, and is turning in the mushroom now, so we'll see. Ho ho ho!
It's not too bad. That's definitely worth it.
Good old tempered sword. Reliable tempered sword. Saves you a lot of time.
Oh yeah. Tempered Sword is probably the item in the game I am most happy to get, always. Alright, I think Nilsson's gonna be our first over actually inside Eastern Palace. I believe we're going to be finding something pretty major there. Either a glove I'm sorry. Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, we'll find the glove, the hammer, or maybe the flippers, and then progression's actually in Hera basement. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we find a book. Did you ever consider that?
Oh no, I never considered books for anything. I suppose the lamp would let us do Aghanim.
Yeah, it would. It sure would.
So there's a good number of things that can be over here, actually.
Yeah, that's all logic, isn't it? If it is over here, that'll be fun.
Oh, I suppose there's also Zora, too. We haven't seen Zora. Oh, gosh. There's no way they're gonna do all this junk, and the progression's actually over Zora, huh? Techno-Link deciding to fake flipper again, so I guess we'll find out pretty quick if progression is actually at Zora. As Nilsson Alex finds out our first item in Eastern Palace is just bombs. Well, that figures.
Ooh, that fireball is always scary. You ever bump against the wall? Ooh,
Whoa! Yo, fake flipper's paying off with the boots. he was tapping it. He was happy about that one.
It's hard not to be. Just some bombs in the ledge, so we don't have to come back for that. Unless we're really, really desperate, I guess. Do not bonk.
Yeah, he was being really careful about that one.
It's not a fun time. Just some bombs.
Ah, dang. Alright, so Nilsson's about to find something pretty good. That is what I'm led to believe here. There it is. Alright, there's our hammer. So there's Dark World access, and Nilsson checks this map to make sure he's in the right dungeon. And with that hammer, he's saying, I am definitely not in the right place. We are getting out of here. We got more important places to go.
Yeah, technically, because we're checking out those bonk rocks with those boots. Let's see what we find here. Just more bombs.
Alright, Nilsson's going to be our first player into Dark World, but he has significantly less firepower and defense than our other players. Still only on the fighter sword, and we know where two other ones are already. He also only has the green mail, where everyone will have blue, and much less max health pool. He might be checking out the map here shortly as well, so I guess keep an eye out on that one.
Doesn't even have his nunchucks. It's gonna be precarious.
Oh no! This is not radical at all.
It's not radical.
Dang. Well, let's see if he gets one more heart to help him out just a little bit.
That was the most exciting thing in that cave as well.
It was. Let's see, is he gonna head to the west here? Yeah, he is. Oh, there's our map check. 5 and 6 at Turtle Rock and Palace of Darkness. Our other useless pendant was down at Misery Mire, which we were pretty close to having access to, actually. And the green pendant at Swamp, as we had known earlier. Alright, well, Nilsson's gonna be heading over to the dig game then, and this would be the prime spot to get the Titan's mitts. Oh yeah, this place exists too.
So we can continue.
Yeah. Getting the mitts around here will make routing up to the Village of Outcasts so much easier. Oh, I mean, that's pretty good too.
We are gonna need that. So
yeah, luckily they had
find it here.
Luckily they had the mirror when coming here the first time, because coming back here when it's like a single location there's worse spots such as Graveyard Ledge than this one, but I mean it's still really annoying, but that's a spot you really don't want to have to leave until later.
And you can sort of do it on your way down to with Purple Chest, but if you have the flute, you'd prefer to fly it there, so it's a little rough.
Speaking of boots, Technolink making very good use of spin speed to go
Was that a
really
two-dig?
fast.
A 2-digger.
What did you just? I looked away and he's right. Yeah, there's just two
Yeah,
digs. That's great.
It's a red rupee.
Boyne grabbing his boots. Great item. Just in time for running through Zora too, right? Because this place is kind of annoying to walk through, just because of how slow you are.
Yes, for sure.
Boyne also a little more confident in dashing around here as well. Alright, Nilsson now with the, I guess the hammer in hand is feeling more comfortable about routing this area here. He'll be able to do East Death Mountain. He'll be able to get his Master Sword, and he'll also be able to go up and... Well, I guess not fully clear here. We're still not sure about what the item is at the basement. I'd be interested to see if Technolink decides to go all the way down there to grab it or not.
Alright, we're Leo now.
What?
We're Leo now.
Really? Oh, yeah, you got the blue mail. Alright.
Yeah.
Too bad Leo only has the worst sword, but he's about to get another one, thankfully. Now, would you rather have one Master Sword or two Fighter Swords? Because
I would rather have one Master Sword, I think.
Leo uses two katanas, right?
He does.
But twice the sword means twice the firepower, right?
In certain conditions, but the Master Sword fires sword games, so it's a net gain.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if that's a gain or not, having played this game before.
In theory.
Oh, chat brings up a good point. There's some games where Ganon actually uses two swords as well. But I guess we see how that works out for him.
Very well.
Oh man, yeah. I hope they end up finding the gold sword so we can have this conversation again.
Do you rather have a gold sword or two Master Swords?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you'll still have your sword beams. Think of how fast you could attack.
You could attack pretty fast, but we'll save that discussion if we find gold sword, I guess.
That's true. That's true.
I already have an opinion on it, but we'll just say it.
Technolink is, in fact, going to the basement of Hera. It'll be the first time someone comes down here. If this is something major, no one's coming back here for a long time.
It depends on how major it is, I guess.
Yeah.
If it's something that bottlenecks you, then we'll see them come back sooner, but if it's not...
Nelson's running. Oh, he went to do Spiral Cave, and instead of going back up that side, he just saved and quit and went up. Okay, got it.
But if this is something like the bow, for example, that would be pretty big.
I was want Spike Cave? I guess we have Burna and everything to do this, so why not? Alright, Technolink, what do we got? I'm mad.
Mad.
I can't believe this.
Oh, this is gonna be close for Alex.
Yeah,
Never mind.
he's okay.
I can't even carry. Well, at least it's out of the way. You don't have to worry about Spike Cave anymore. Because it's done.
Yeah.
Looks like Goomba's gonna be checking out this graveyard area. King's Tomb and the ledge. Normally you need the gloves to get to King's Tomb. If you have the mirror, you can.
That's true. Yeah. Well, for the game's mechanics,
Technically,
they don't. Yeah, this is a pretty funny spot to end up getting mitts, and I'm sure it makes people laugh their first time seeing it.
It didn't make me laugh, Econ. I was quite angry. Why can this be here? This doesn't make sense to me. But that was a long time ago. So the sledge you were talking about, this is also another really out of the way location.
Yeah, Goomba deciding to route this just kind of walking from the pod area, not, you know, at pod, but right outside, just kind of making a big loop around the Dark World. So he'll end up getting into the Village of Outcasts just about the same time Nilsson does, actually, and Boyne is actually right behind him.
Yeah, this entire area has not quite been touched yet. Where's Goomba going?
Goomba doing a little
Oh,
here. Gonna be fake flippering to get back to the east side of the Dark World.
that's something you don't see every day.
Checking out the catfish, I guess.
Seems
And you're
so.
right by. There's no real better time to come do this. Oh, there's the powder. Was in the chest game in the town. Nice.
Oh, hey. See, this is why the red cane's better. But this cane and burner do in that room nothing.
It makes it lag even more than it already does. But yeah, Boyne with his
Whoa, Vanilla Quake.
Oh, nice, dude. That's all 3 medallions already. And Boyne cashing in that fire rod that he fake flippered for. Gonna be our first player to take out Mothula. I hope so. He was the first one to get here anyway.
Yeah, I do think that Mothula is about to go bye-bye.
With the Tempered Sword, this won't be any issue at all, I would hope. With Blue Mail and this amount of effective health.
Blaine might still have his fairy as well. Things would have to go catastrophic. I think this Wall Master has a better chance of taking Blaine out than Mothula.
We finally got our flippers. Did we? I got 4 screens to watch. I'm missing things left and right, I'm sure.
4 screens and 2 eyes and half a brain.
Yep, that's true. I'm almost a complete person.
Almost. So the bottle today is just a green potion. That's fine. It's a free refill. You never know when you're gonna need the extra magic for some fire rod shots or something, so...
Nelson decides to walk back. If you wait there long enough, you actually will throw it in again, but there's some cooldown there for some reason that you gotta wait until the fairy actually accepts your thing again. I don't actually know if it's faster or not to walk out and back in.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Boyne very quickly did take down Mothula and is now on the hunt for the items, as I believe Mothula only had the compass. Goomba does find one item in the small shield right there.
There's a small key. Not happy about that, but... guess you can open that door with it.
There's the other item. Alright, so Skullwood's not really paying off in the item department, but gotta do them crystals. That makes sense. Technically now getting their last medallion. That's crazy.
Don't have to worry about those anymore.
Nilsson is running out of the Zora area. Oh, is this portal over here, perhaps? It's the only reason I could think of to actually run out of here. Oh, Nope, this is not inverted. You cannot mirror here. Alright, there were the flippers there in the sea house. Wonderful. So that puts
He's
that
going
fire
to,
rod back in logic. Oh, I see. Well, that's good. Need that fire rod.
Definitely do.
We might push him over to the, well, I guess back over to the Village of Outcasts area to both go to Skull Woods and probably do Thieves Town as well.
A lot of reason to put off Thieves Town. You got your boots to do it quickly. You got your hammer to get the big chest if you need to.
Boyne sees a nice 50 rupees up on the bumper ledge there. Oh, his portal was hanging out right here by the 3 flight point. Okay, that's still a pretty good spot to do it.
Yeah, especially without mitts, because getting to that portal in the back is quite time consuming if you don't have mitts.
Alright. If Nilsson messes up their movement at all here in these next couple rooms, we might be able to see what the bunny of the Ninja Turtle is.
That's true. It's gotta be Splinter, right?
Splinter?
Or Shredder? Or a Foot Soldier?
Foot Clan Soldier, yeah. Oh, that's it. It's
Yeah.
one of the turtles in their trench coat. Which
It's
one
for-
did that?
That
Is
is
it right?
Raphael.
Okay. Got it. So
Perfect.
I guess Don must be the red male.
I don't know. I mean, Raphael's too perfect for that, right? Even though Donatello was my favorite turtle as a kid.
I like Don because I had one of the NES games,
He's the best weapon.
and Don was the best, yeah, because he had the best weapon, which I don't think actually is the best, but having more range equates to the best for me, even though I don't think it was the strongest.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Ninja Turtle games as well, and that was always my reason, because the bow reaches really far.
Trying to powder this anti-fairy to get him out of the way here and top off the health. There we go. I think that hint right there was something about Misery Mire, and I totally missed what it was specifically.
Well, we'll get another chance to see it. Hopefully. Maybe.
And we do see Alex does prefer the red boomerang. I haven't been keeping up to date on who's using which boomerang most often, but that's the one I see right now.
Does that reset to the red if you save and quit?
I don't think any of the Y menu toggle items change unless you do it manually. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, interesting. I've never actually paid attention to that, so I have no idea.
Well, he does decide not to go back up to check that hint, so I guess he will not have that information about the left side of Misery Mire being useless, as told to us by chat. Thank you. Technolink not taking any crap from these mummies, just gonna bomb us the whole room here.
I think
Hopefully.
Ether also kills them.
Yeah, it should, and I believe it actually has a faster animation as well. But sometimes you just want to blow things up.
Yeah. They don't suffer as much with Ether. They just poop and it's over.
Yep.
Bombos makes them burn for a little bit.
Goomba onto the blind fight here, having a very nice first 2 phases. Oop, takes a bit of a hit there, but no problem otherwise.
Could take a bunch more if you were so inclined. That's Thieves'
And-
Town.
Yeah, there wasn't actually anything interesting in here, was there?
No, not particularly.
Oh well.
The anti-fairy for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sprite was probably the most interesting part, but this
That's
was
true.
required.
Yeah, I suppose it's pretty good. Yeah, Thieves Town is like the easiest crystal dungeon to go do because you have to do it anyway, and all the items are never really out of the way. Like the big chest is probably the most out of the way chest in Thieves Town.
And that's with big quotation marks around it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, the hammer pegs don't really seem like they're in a quotation mark shape.
They can be if you hammer them in the right order.
That's true. I guess they can be. Goomba gonna be checking out our magic bat friend. Interesting that no one decided to go do the fake powder, and I'm actually pretty... I'm kind of on the same boat there. I've stopped doing this. It was a cool novelty, but everyone decided to, despite having Samaria and the mushroom, everyone decided to skip this and turn it in right away, which was good because it had that nice sword upgrade.
Yeah, fake powder's nice, just if it's convenient to do. It's not something you really have to plan around, in my opinion. Yeah, some people will just go there, flute to the witch, use it, and if it's not something useful, just reset and keep it.
Yeah, they had the flute, so they could have actually come back here and done that pretty quick, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. One, two digs. Yep.
If only it was true digs every time.
So, I'm thinking we're gonna get our mitts down in Swamp Palace. And the only reason I say that is because this early on, I say this early on, but it's almost 45 minutes in, and we're having everything we need to fully clear Swamp. I don't know. The fire rod hasn't really led to anything, so I don't know. I'm too big a fan of item chains, and I think the fire rod is actually the latest thing in that chain. But does the fire rod actually open up anything other than what we just got in Skull Woods?
Well, I guess it could open up her basement to some of them, but we already know that's nothing.
That's true.
I think we're just gonna go to Swamp Palace because we don't have a lot of options. We can go to Palace of Darkness. You wanna do that, Mikon?
No, I'd rather go to Swamp Palace, actually. Which is exactly what Goomba is doing. Glad we're on the same wavelength here.
That's why you'll always be a Goomba, and that's why I'm Bowser. I'd go to Palace of Darkness in a heartbeat.
You own an entire company.
I do. Ooh, that was close. I almost grabbed Alex. A heart container requires a green minute. That's a great hint.
Yeah, it is. You might be inclined just to leave this place if you end up finding whatever item it is early on. It's still kind of a hard sell, though. Because if you actually have to come back here, if there's actually two really important things here, that'd be a huge pain.
Yeah, what do we need mitts and we need the bow now. There's the mitts.
There we go. And he's not staying here. He's gone.
And
Yeah.
I guarantee the bow
I
is
agree
going to
with-
be on
I agree
Argus.
with
Guarantee it.
The bow's gonna be on Argus. Oh man, we'll see if anyone decides to stick it out. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I don't blame Guru for leaving at all. I mean, you found your good item right there, and the rest of Swamp Palace is quite lengthy.
This is Ice Palace and Turtle Rock right now are the main contenders. There's a couple items around Mire that'll be quick, and I suppose they could also do Desert as well. That'll be really fast. Might do that actually before Turtle Rock. But I cannot see them going into Mire without doing Ice and Turtle Rock first.
A unique item is underwater.
That was most likely our boots in. right, Wayne will be our second player down to Swamp Palace. We'll see if he sticks it out. I don't think so. I think I saw earlier that someone said the lamp was on the floating island on the mountain. So I suppose that is actually our lamp access as well. Finally having those minutes to get over to Dark East Mountain.
So Wayne going to picking up the mitts here. Are you gonna stay? Or are you out? Wayne is unsure.
Yeah, he's gone.
The fear of Swamp Palace putting uncertainty in the heart of Ryu.
Yeah, both players so far have hesitated after finding those.
That's a tough call. I mean, what if somebody stayed? That'd be terrible. If there was something here?
There's only 3 items left, as long as they got the big chest hint, and the hint that was just there about the green pendant item. Well, I suppose it's the green pendant item and not like an actual item, so there's still 4 items left there in the dungeon. But knowing that the green pendant is also useless. Hey, Boyne decided to do Mire Shed, huh?
Yeah, well, Desert Palace is also required, and it's pretty quick. Just 2 items. If you find the bow here, it's amazing. I guess if you find the bow in general, it doesn't really matter where it's going to be amazing, but... yeah, I'm all for it.
Goomba, doing the fancy little spin down the stairs thing. Nice. That's actually what it's called, too.
That's the official title.
Yep. You know, I was interested why Goomba was using Bamos whenever he has the Fire Rod, but it appears that he does not have the Fire Rod.
He does not.
If his tracker is to be believed.
He does not. I watched and checked his inventory. So he's Fire Rod less, but it's not far from here anyway. So we'll see if he gets it right after this.
Yeah, I hope he does end up doing the mirror and want to go grab that immediately after this. It's a pretty good hint.
Yeah, we can skip Mimic Cave. Mimic Cave's not the biggest deal in the world when we have the mirror.
Yeah, you can save a whole 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Wayne about to take down Landmola's. I don't know if he's found any item in Desert yet. Probably one.
There's one. Wait, that was not Desert. That was. It's looking at the wrong screen.
The Ice Desert Palace.
Yes, sure.
Well, what was in that chest directly below here? Because that was a heart piece. I have no idea what was in that chest right there, in the atrium. Boyne, spinning a bit there. I think he might have been unhappy with how that one phase went with the Landmollas. I think he might have accidentally got a poke off on one of them. So it died in an additional hit that he wasn't anticipating.
But that was one item. As I said, just at the wrong time. Totally intentional. It was a red rupee. So there's one more item here in Desert.
And Goomba just found a red rupee in the big chest of this place, Ice Palace. And that's at least 2. Did he also get the 3rd? Well, he's going for the boss, so I would assume so.
Hope so.
Alex? Nilsson Alex. He's going deeper into Swamp Palace. I'm so glad at least one player did this.
Could be big. If Bo is here, then...
oh yeah, this is like...
he's gonna run away with this race, I think.
This will be like the ultimate time save if there's actually something required here.
Well, I already got my predictions in, so we'll see. There's our other item in Desert Palace, just 50 rupees, so we're done with Desert. And I doubt Boyne's gonna be dipping into Mire.
Yeah, I'll go check out. He's gonna check out Checkerboard Cave and get out of here, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's another item in Swamp, being just a heart piece. Still, what, 3 items left, I think? It's, man, oh man. Goomba, we'll be grabbing the fire rod, very nice. Boyne making the reasonable play of just clearing out crystals. I think him and Goomba are going to be switching spots now. Goomba will likely head over to the Mire area. And might converge up at Turtle Rock here, though I think Goomba's going to be getting there a minute or so before Boyne, who has to still fully clear this dungeon.
So that was 2 more items that Alex has found, so that's 4 total. The mitts, the one we know of, and the big chest, and those 2.
Oh, he's not going to go fight Argus?
Doesn't seem.
He's mirroring and leaving.
Yep. Probably does not want to commit to Argus or the left side.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't answer too much.
Just made the mystery even sweeter.
It really did. Alright, well, we'll see what Technolink decides to do here.
Oh, we go deeper.
Technolink did not even decide.
No,
Oh,
we
okay,
don't.
never mind. He did decide, but he was at least moving while doing it.
Yeah, I need a second to think about this. Nah. Well. It's hard to blame anyone for just leaving Swamp Palace. But I'm sticking to my guns. Alright.
Is he going into Mire? Oh, goodness.
Ooh.
I did not anticipate this.
I didn't see this coming either.
Maybe he's just opening it and he's going to mirror and walk up the desert.
Well,
This is not all dungeons, and Mire is in fact dependent, so I'm not sure if we'll actually go in there or not. But it is open, and he has cleared the rain to save some bitrate, I guess.
I mean, if anybody wants to go in now, then the door's open.
The opening of Misery Mire, every time I see it, I think about a stupid co-op seed I did once, where we were testing some stuff, and the entrance to Mire popped up. I think I might have shown you this, actually.
You
the
did,
entrance
yeah.
of Mire popped up right outside of Link's house. For some inexplicable reason. And it was hilarious. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
When's that mode where the entrance to Mystery Mire is just randomized?
It's just randomized,
on
it just
the
pops
board?
out somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Go find it.
Alright, Goomba having enough magic to take out land moles quite quickly. They do die in 2 fire rod shots. And I think will be our first player heading up to Turtle Rock. They haven't... Wait, are they not done Mothula yet? I think they found both items in Skull Woods and then haven't. And then just left. Because they didn't have the fire rod. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, you are correct.
No, Blaine will be our first player up at Turtle Rock, actually. Dang, he got out of Ice Palace really quick. A lot faster than I thought. Nielsen Alex also takes down Landmola, and Technolink will not be too far behind. Oh yeah, we haven't actually seen any of Dark Death Evil Mountain on the east side, have we? So we've got 6 free items over here before heading into TR.
Yeah, we just got those mitts in the swamp, so this is all new stuff. Well, Super Bunny Cave, not too exciting, but Hookshot Cave. Plus, Turtle Rock's entirety. We already know that Mimic Cave is nothing, thanks to a help plant.
Also see if he just decides to grab the lamp up there on the,
I doubt it.
the island. Yeah, at this point, you probably don't grab it.
Book.
Hey, that might have been an annoyed slash. I'm not sure.
I think it was. That's more locations you have to check, and they're not too convenient.
No. Well, one of them is pretty convenient considering its current location, but
the other is literally on the other side of the world right now.
Yeah. It's literacy on the other side of the world. Oh, he's gonna go check it now. Wow. Yeah, he's thinking if the bow is here, I can speed through this. I'm okay with this. I'm down for this.
Does he not have Quake?
Oh
he
my
does
gosh.
not have Quake.
Okay, never mind. That stinks.
That sure stinks. Is he gonna head back into Terra, or is he gonna do a Spike Cave? He's going back into Hera. That sucks.
He doesn't have Quake. Oh, what an oversight on my part. Maybe not on his part, because he didn't know. But for those of you joining recently, Quake is on the Catfish. You know, when it's in vanilla location. That is not an easy spot to get to.
Especially
Quickly.
when you've already done all the stuff near it.
Yeah, Zora's already done. Okay, Nilsson opened Mire and is actually going into Mire. So this is the second time he's made a very brave dip into a pendant dungeon.
Well, the sewers are a turtle specialty. We'll be in and out of here in no
that's
time.
true. Why
Maybe
isn't there
hoping to find some
turtle?
pizza?
Why isn't there a Ninja Turtle that uses a bow?
Well, Donatello uses a bow, but it's not the bow you're thinking of.
Oh my god.
That is what it's called. It's called a
Whoa,
bow.
that was a really stupid comment I just made.
Technically buying some upgrades. Don't see that every day. I think that's the first time I've actually seen it on a broadcast. But hey, I mean, if you're here, you want them. They're there. You got the money.
I hope people know I meant a bow and arrow. And not
I
a
knew you
sword.
did. but-
I'm really embarrassed right now. Okay, I'm glad. Maybe they just didn't want it to be like confusing. If they make a fifth turtle, I don't know, Rembrandt, he'll use a bow and arrow.
Picasso is my favorite Ninja Turtle. I don't mind that he looks funny.
We'll see. Picasso will use like chakram or something. Or what are those like those knives that like cover your hands? Katars or something?
Guitar, yeah.
Yeah, that's a ninja weapon.
Is it though? Is it though? I think guitars are
I mean,
actually,
It wasn't Ragnarok.
they are, but I think they're like a Middle Eastern weapon? I don't know. I don't think they were actually used by ninjas. Don't
Has
quote
we
me
found
on that.
anything in Turtle Rock? I haven't like been paying any attention at all. All right. So Nilsson actually did not get the hint that the left side of Meyer didn't have anything. I think that was in Thieves Town.
But what if the hint over here leads him to the bow?
That's
That could be
true.
amazing.
And arrow.
Bow and arrow, yeah.
Wayne is checking some stuff I don't think we've
Oh.
actually seen yet.
So Bugumba did find the butter sword, so we can revisit this topic.
Oh, yeah, okay, so... But Nilsson doesn't have it, and he's the Ninja Turtle.
Okay, we'll wait, I guess. We'll wait.
Oh gosh, he does body check that Wizrobe there and take a decent chunk of his health. Oh,
So-
well, he discovers what Wayne might be finding out here soon. Well, there is one Meyer item. Isn't there a ninja weapon that's like, don't they like hollow out eggshells and put stuff in them?
I
don't know. Those probably had a name.
if they have a name, I don't know what they are.
They would put like, I don't remember what they would put inside of it. I don't think it was just like dirt or something. It was something else, but it would, you know, easily shatter as they threw it at people. There's probably not a Ninja Turtle that used those. It might have not been like, they probably didn't want kids doing that.
No, they probably did.
Deviled egg. No, not deviled eggs. That's not what I'm talking about.
I mean, we saw in South Park what happens when kids pretend to be ninjas and throw stuff at each other. At least I did. I don't know if you've
You
seen
can go
that.
to any playground and you'll see what kids will throw at each other.
Unfortunately,
Nilsson-
nothing.
Yeah, he does everything except the boss. The Vitreous had an item, right? Or did he find a second item?
I think Vitreous would have to, yeah, but Alex does not have the lamp, so maybe he's not comfortable with that dark room?
Oh,
That might be something. Wait, did we see it?
Oh, did Blaine just find it on the tablet?
Did he?
Pause your game. Oh, he does. He totally has it. It's on the tablet. I can't believe it. He's gonna come up here, but he still doesn't have Quake.
He does not.
So this will be a full clear pod for nothing. Maybe he'll walk over to Catfish after this, which will be a pain, but it would probably be one of the better times to do it.
I like how all of the BO items were connected. Like, the bombos need a bomb. Then you need the book to get the bow. Let's all start with BO.
That's true. They do. So
That's
does,
the real item chain right there.
So does Boomerang and the boot,
Yeah, there's a lot of
the bookshot.
the bookshot. Makes perfect sense.
and the cane of Boomaria.
I don't think that's stretching it a bit there.
The Boognet.
The Boognet.
Okay, that one's actually somewhat believable. Anyway, Goomba's up on Trinex here. Oh, misses that initial Ice Rod shot there, but luckily it has the golden sword, so this will still go by fairly quickly. Blaine heading into the depths of the Palace of Darkness. Not going to be finding anything really of worth. We know he won't find the lamp. We know he won't... I mean, he might find the cape, but he already knows that there's nothing up there. He might just... Wait, did he has the big key, doesn't he? Does he have the big key already? No, maybe not. I would only... If he had the big key, I would suggest just going straight to the boss right here, but maybe he doesn't have it. Well,
He
Goomba's
no,
out
he
of Turtle
does.
Rock.
He does
There,
have
he does
the
have it?
key.
Hmm. Goomba is out of Turtle Rock here and is now going to go check out the first tablet. And is now going to be on his bow hunt. He might go do Skull Woods in the meantime, trying to think of an efficient way of running around checking stuff. But I think he's out of items in Skull Woods, so he knows there won't be anything there. With the book, actually, that might be a good idea, because he could also check the... oh, well, it can't be on the pedestal anyway, because Eastern Palace is a pendant, of course. Now, I think Technolink... oh, he hasn't been to Dark Death Mountain yet, so him doing this first is going to really orphan that bow location over on Bamos. Because there's really no better time to do that than whenever delivering the stuff.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh no, Nilsson accidentally pushes the
It's
block the
fine.
wrong way. Luckily, it's smart. Yeah.
We can make our own blocks. We don't need this ice.
There we go.
We
Luckily,
do need
there's
magic, though.
yeah, there's enough in there here though. Two small pots is enough to cast a medallion.
Well, that's not thoughtful.
Oh, I think he actually might still have green potions as well. He was the one that
He is, yes.
got the fairy. Yeah.
Glug glug.
Goomba deciding the best course of action is to do the blacksmith chain, which is gonna be great because that's gonna end with the bow most likely.
Assuming that Goomba does not mirror and flute to the purple chest.
Answer a question in chat. The lamp is known. It's on the floating island, but everyone who has seen it already has the fire rod, so there's very little point. As long as you can do dark rooms, there's little point in taking the time to go get it. They just don't really feel like it's worth the time. But yeah, they could go grab it if they wanted to. But so far, 2 players have skipped it. We'll see if Technolink decides to go get it. Nilsson finishes off Ice Palace, and we'll be heading elsewhere. Making sure that there is a heart there.
Might have just wanted to double check that location just to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
No harm in that. Well, Goomba did flute over here to turn the purple chest, so...
Oh, he fluted, huh?
Yep.
That's not what you want to do.
That's not what you want to do when Bo's on Bombos?
Yeah, that is... Oh, he's going to pod. Uh-oh.
No, I think that there's a hint here that's helpful.
Was it?
I think
I
so?
actually don't remember what it was.
I don't know. I didn't actually see it, but... I saw people talking about it, so...
I hope it just says Bo was on Bamos. That'd be useful.
That'd be really useful.
The hint said the bow needs the book? Oh! Well, what the heck?
Well, there's
That's a
one-
great hint.
That's a great hint.
Oh, this seed's easy.
Just tells you how to play.
Yeah. Technolink is going to be grabbing the lamp, so you won't be seeing dark rooms from everyone today. Truth be told, this is a pretty quick to go get thing. It doesn't take any longer than 30 seconds or so, probably even less. Since you're in Hookshot Cave anyway.
Yeah, and if you save that time,
Oh, with that
getting to
big...
dark rooms quicker.
Okay, with that first chest being the big key, though, there's no way in heck you're heading over there to the hint. I didn't realize that that was the big key and not, like, a small key.
Uh-oh. But heading down here
no.
anyway.
Is he? No, he's not going to... No.
Okay, I hope he's going to Bombos.
He's not going to Swamp. There's no way. Not when Bombos is right there.
Yeah, but are you sure?
Mostly.
Mostly.
Dude, in this situation, if I hadn't checked the Grove Ledge, I would go check that before going to Swamp Palace right here. And then I would go check Bombos. And then I would go into Swamp.
Okay. We are taking the detour. We are going to Bombos Tablet. Which is good, because there's nothing in Swamp.
He is heading in a good direction. Oh, well, hold on. He's got to go over here first.
Yeah, I imagine Blaine will be going to Catfish right after this. There is not a lot that Blaine has left that's not in a dungeon, so I would much rather visit Catfish than head into one of those pendant dungeons when there's Swamp and Mire, respectively.
Well, there's go mode for Goomba, grabbing that bow off the Bombos tablet, and is going to be heading right back in to the pod. Blaine, however, is grabbing Quake here and will also be in go mode, and only has Turtle Rock left.
Yeah, Turtle Rock also saves you a little bit of time when it's your last dungeon, because Ganon's Tower is right next door.
The quick
So
old
that's
jaunt
something
over
to-
there, yeah. You ever think that Aghanim up there in Ganon's Tower complains about the noise coming from Turtle Rock since they're neighbors and all?
No. He seems
Really?
like he would dig it.
You would dig it?
Yeah,
He digs those pokies always bouncing around, making noises everywhere.
for sure.
I guess Aghanim does always have his arms up like he's ready to party.
Yeah, what you can't see because the NES resolution is too small is his hands are like the horns all the time.
What?
The horns, you know, like the rock horns. Nikon.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so you know when you do with your hands like the I love you, like it's the pinky, the index finger, and the thumb are out, and then
He's making the symbol with his hands.
you get the horns. They call that the horns.
Is that what they call that?
They call that the horns.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Come on, Nikon.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh my gosh, someone has the emote of it.
There it is.
It's got a really awful name, but it's a good emote for this specific purpose.
Alright, well. I'm glad we resolved that. I'm hoping we can resolve this issue of Golden Sword versus two Master Swords later. So I have closure on this daily.
Yeah, I'm happy I've learned something today. Alright, Nilsson has the boat and is heading into pod as well. Only has that and Turtle Rock left. Technolink is in Turtle Rock. He's still looking for the bow, however. And Goomba is in the dark. And Blaine is just now entering Turtle Rock. Yeah, I'm just taking consensus on where we all are here. Goomba doesn't want to do this turtle room like completely in the dark is actually really annoying. So lighting the torches here is quite ideal.
Yeah, that's definitely... If you don't have the lamp, it's better to have that than no light at all, because those turtles, they get away from you.
They really do. It's not like they always move towards you. Sometimes they're just as confused as you are and decide just to go complete opposite direction.
Well, I mean, they can't see either, is the thing.
I can't argue that. I've never seen eyes on them.
Well, it's dark too, then it's not like they have dark vision.
Oh no, Blaine. Not Blaine, Technolink. Having a little trouble here in the laser room.
You're getting that light show, yeah.
Oh
God, my gosh.
He's got a fairy, he's fine, but...
Don't look up. Do not
Do
look
not
up.
ever look up in that room. The bomb bounced off the wall, which I guess he wasn't prepared for.
Yeah, that does happen as well, and that's why a lot of people, when they start rando, will have that happen to them, myself
Yeah.
included.
Yeah, that's... It's hard. I mean, the quick fix to that is just look down, but
I mean, if they're shooting you,
so it's not like immediately what you decide to do there.
I think sometimes the shots will bounce you into the line of sight of another one.
That's fine.
Cool.
He is the fairy, and he also just had the door anyway, so he's double fine.
Alright, Goomba heading over here to Skull Woods. This is going to be close, because Goomba's going to be in and out of here really quickly with this gold sword, which does tempered sword damage, but is golden, and he has half magic for the fire rod shot as well. So,
ooh, yeah, just the fact that it is gold is like makes it really strong. Like the material doesn't matter as long as it's painted.
right, because gold as a metal is actually very weak. It's
Yep.
really soft. It does not make good weapons. But if it's gold looking, then it has the intimidation
best
factor.
part. Yep, that's it.
I don't know, would you rather get hit by a sword that is gold, or a sword that looks like it's really, really hot? Favorite sword would be.
Well, not the hot one, because not only would that hurt, even if it wasn't sharp, even from blunt force, it would hurt. But it would also really burn.
Yes.
So I would much rather get hit by the gold sword, I think, which I would be led to believe was not as hot as the one that looks like it's hot.
Might even be hotter. We don't know. But Goomba has finished off Skull Woods. That's the last dungeon. Blaine is just on the tail end of Turok here. So it's really close.
It does make that extremely slight detour to grab that half magic there. Not bad. Oh, he needed another small key anyway, so that makes a lot of sense.
Seems like Alex is just farming up a little bit of safeties before tackling Turtle Rock and GT. So, like I saved pot as well, so.
This is going to be super close. Blaine is going to destroy this boss very quickly, but I think Goomba's going to have just a little bit of a head start here, having to come all the way up here and hit the portal. I hope they go the exact same way in GT to find the key, because I love me some execution fights.
Do they do the game for the dailies?
Do they? I don't know.
I'm not the.
If we ask,
Yes,
everyone
sure,
in chat will
sure.
say yes.
Guesses for fun. Okay, so if you want to guess, go ahead.
If you want to have fun, go ahead. I won't stop you.
No matter how hard you try. I'll go with chest number 20. Feeling a 20.
I'm feeling number 1.
Number 1. It's a bold prediction, Miko.
It's exactly the same odds as any other guess.
Well, my chances go up every time. It's not. Whereas yours are 0% now.
Oh.
It's not actually how statistics work, but anyway, go ahead.
Nielsen's in Eastern Palace. I don't know if he knows that this is... Oh, he's getting slightly more money. Does he want to buy a potion, I guess? There's no crystal here.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in Pod. Oh, he doesn't have enough money. Did he not have enough money for the
Oh, the monkey!
monkey?
Hey, there was the key.
I was kidding.
Okay, that makes
Wait,
sense.
what?
Good knowledge there, knowing that there's 5 rupees over there. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I have no idea what number that was. It was really quick, but Goomba is heading upstairs right now, and I think Boyne's going to be fine here soon as well.
Yeah, they both did go the same way as you hoped. There it is.
Alright, we got a race, though Goomba has about a 40-second or so head start here. Maybe not that much. So, little mistakes at this point are going to matter.
Yeah, the gauntlet's a game of inches. If you're both very close to each other. Oh, that.
Uh-oh. I hate this room.
Yeah, this is not the fun room.
One of them got a little away from him, so we'll see if Boyne has any sort of like... Ooh, starts that dash a little early there. Ends up hitting spikes instead of going right between the BMOS and the spikes there.
Do you ever wonder what the practical use of some of these rooms are?
The practical use?
Yeah, like what is this? What does this serve?
Oh, it's training the guys.
Oh, it's a workout area?
Yeah, you see these conveyor belts?
Yeah, I guess so.
They're like treadmills.
Oh, that was close.
Okay, he's gonna heal up.
There's no way you don't heal up right here.
Not with one heart.
Crazy.
Very nice silver shot there, and that red Stalfos. He sometimes likes just completely avoiding that. Goomba very nicely gets that. He saves that one. Usually if you stop and get the fairy in the previous room, the land moles actually pop out of the ground near... Their timings get closer together the longer you spend that previous room.
Yeah. He even missed one of those arrows and still salvaged it on Cycle 0, so that was really nice.
The fact that he was able to salvage it was really nice. Whoa. Both players getting a fairy drop off the same guy and both ignoring it, which is pretty cool. Without the lamp, you gotta use the fire rod for this room, which I think people do anyway, but...
Yeah, unless magic is really tight. But we have half magic, so... Yeah. Alright, Boyne is hot on Goomba Seals.
Yeah, definitely caught up a lot of time there in those gauntlet rooms. Gotta remember to grab that small key from the Helma. Alright, we got it. Nilsson trying to silver arrow, Helma sword. Gets it. Alright, good.
Yep, only takes one, thankfully.
Technolink also heads into Palace of Darkness, which will be their last crystal dungeon. Alright, down goes Moldorm. Goomba waiting on the explosions. Boyne. Oh no!
No! That's a big deal.
That really stinks. That super stinks. Oh man.
That'll happen. Moldorm has that reputation.
Dang.
This is a really nice pattern as well.
Yeah, I'll say. Wow.
This one's pretty good too.
I was worried about that. It was too perfect, in fact, that the balls lined up and ended up only counting as one hit.
Yeah, if you hit Aghanim with multiple balls at once, if they're too quick together, then it only counts for one, as Mikon said.
We'll see if Boyne gets the same problem with this one.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to make that a 3. Both runners getting 3, 2, 1. Heading to the Gannett fight now. This gold sword saves a lot of time.
Yeah, if the tempered strats are a little too tight for you to do consistently, the gold sword definitely helps out on this fight.
Okay, that should be phase 3, the Goomba. Blaine starting his fight now. Goomba about to finish up phase 3 as Blaine starts his. Ganon.
That was a very nice double hit there. That was pretty. Yeah, again, I was really close to the edge. I wasn't sure if Goomba was going to be able to get a double hit in, but he certainly does, and does indeed land that last arrow after only having to light the torches once over.
Blaine on phase 4 now.
Doesn't get that double on the first one, but he won't get one here either.
Okay, so Goomba. I'm not actually in the race channel, so I don't know what the place on the official SR time. Oh, okay. Take it away.
Goomba has finished in first place with a 126.37.
Well done, Blaine. Assuming no fall. Poised to take second, perhaps? Right behind him.
Oh. Yes, indeed. Blaine does take second place with 127.08. Congratulations to both of them on a very close race there. That Moldorm fall, dang, that sealed it, man. That was so...
That was it.
But not to say that was the entire reason. Goomba actually did get a nice double there on the Silver Arrow phase of Ganon, where Boyne did not. So that was more time saved there that he got.
Yeah, so I believe we are joined by Goomba here. GG.
GG.
Yeah, congrats. You sound tired. Is that
I'm a bit sick.
Oh no.
I've been a bit sick for about a week now. It's getting old, but whatever. I can live with it.
Well, it didn't seem like it affected your play too much. I think you nailed it quite nicely.
I had some pretty sloppy execution mistakes in the beginning, but I think my route was good enough and lucky enough to make up for it.
So I don't believe you checked the hint in Palace of Darkness, did you?
No, I did not.
Would you like to know what it said?
Oh boy, what did it say?
It said the bow is...
Requires the book, right?
Ah, yeah. I see.
So I guess if you decided to go use the bottle glitch in pod for whatever reason, maybe someone might have ran into that hint, but by the point that you went into pod, there was really no reason to go any further.
Yeah, I mean, I was only missing the bow at that point, and with the big key being there, I knew it couldn't be in pod, so at that point, I was down to... Well, let's see, I had Hera Basement, which I had deliberately skipped twice, so there's no way I was going back on that. There was a 50-50 for an item in Eastern Palace, could have just as easily been an Ormos Knights. I had Bombo's Tablet, and I had the rest of Swamp. So the obvious play in my head was to check Bombo's Tablet and then go back to Swamp.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Alright, and we are joined by Blaine too. Hey, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Dude, that Moldorm fall sucks.
Sometimes you get frame rule and sometimes you don't. That's why you don't always want to dash through them, but you know, it's just one little thing.
He just has kind of a hitbox in his head sometimes, right? That'll hit you out of a dash. Is that what happens?
Yeah, there's always a chance. Just depending on the pixel you're on, subpixel. I don't know if it's a subpixel or a frame rule or something like that, but
I think it's both.
sometimes the timing of when he's turning can affect it. But yeah, I mean, I know it was the entire difference judging by the finish times. I couldn't land that last phase of Ganon at all, but I guess it was pretty close all the way up to tower. That must have been exciting.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it's easy just for people to say, "Oh, the last thing that happened here is the reason we lost," or whatever like that. But we all know that it takes minor issues just take over the entire course of the run.
I definitely made some mistakes in the tower climb as well. But
I'm glad in a way that I didn't win because I really got bailed out pretty hard by this seed. I really wasn't considering the possibility that Turtle Rock was not going to be openable. The Go Mode Ice Palace, I was going to Go Mode Ice Palace, and if I ran into the bow in the 2 chests that I was going to open, great. If not, hey, it's probably on Death Mountain. And I was completely unprepared for Turtle Rock to be Quake. And so I was going to be in a lot of trouble if it was... I was going to have to decide after Pod, I'm going to finish the overworld. I've only got 2 overworld spots left. And then we have to decide, are we going back into Ice? Are we going back into Swamp? Are we making the Hero Mire play? What's going on next? So thanks, Vanilla Quake, for really bailing me out.
yeah, I was pretty pleased to see that Turtle Rock was Quake when I eventually got up there, because I actually got that very early on.
Yeah, it's a nice route if you went, probably Hype Cave and straight up there.
Hype Cave, Pyramid, hookshot it over, did Graveyard Ledge King's Tomb, set fake flipper boots.
That's a really good
did
value
the
play because
stupid-
most
the
players
stupid
aren't doing
card
that.
bot. Yeah, I figured this lets me route in a lot of the really, really garbage overworld checks together to make it less garbage. And if there's something there, great.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I recall you did a fake flipper setup that we don't really see very often, where you throw the
it was
bomb and then jump over it.
recently discovered, actually, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and that really paid off, so that was cool to see.
Yeah. I think the big thing is I managed to dodge what I think were probably the 3 biggest traps in the seed, being Quake, Bow, and to a lesser extent the Mirror. Since I bailed on Swamp Palace immediately when I got the mitts, I had much more incentive to go back there when I was looking for Bow.
Yeah, that's true. We did see. I think everyone had a moment of hesitation after finding those mitts. We did have one player go a little bit further, but of course there wasn't anything worthwhile. They didn't go all the way through, just a little bit further. But yeah, it's pretty good that they were the first item you find there, the swamp.
Yeah.
No,
I thought about it for a second, but I can't see it with everything that it unlocked, and with as close to Go Mode as we were at that point, or at least as close to Go Mode as I was at that point.
Yeah.
We knew the green pendant was nothing. I think the hint for the green pendant was in Swamp, or I got it right before Swamp or something.
Yeah, it was in Swamp.
And we knew the big chest was just a heart.
Yeah, like I was leaving 4 items behind and mitts opened like 30 locations or something.
Yeah, mitts were great at that point.
All I was missing at that point was Bow and the Fire Rod, because I hadn't checked Hobo yet, but of course I did that pretty much immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that was another thing, because I had done the fake flipper stuff, so I had Fire Rod and I had the boots. So when flippers also led to mitts, I was like, there's no way flippers are going to be the item for other stuff. Let's go do mitt spots instead.
Yeah, I don't really like checking Hobo when I fake flipper. I'll do it if I'm water walking, but when I'm fake flippering, it feels so slow for just 1 item, so I usually just don't bother.
Fake flipper paid off pretty good this time for those who did it early.
I did get the boots early, but I did not get the Fire Rod until much later.
Alright, well, we have our last 2 runners on stream here, headed up Ganon's Tower. Technolink just about done here, about to head over to Moldorm, as Nilsson has just recently found the big key and is now ascending. Having a little trouble there with this mimic, though. There we go.
It'll give you trouble if you're looking for it.
Yeah, well, thank you both to Blaine and Goomba, giving us a nice close race there for both first and second place. It's always a treat to see the close races to the end, like, and especially if they're, you know, the top 3 runners that finish in the race.
Yeah, hey, it was a pleasure. GG's to Goomba, and thanks to you guys being on the mic. Good to hear you guys on doing some dailies here and there. It's always a treat. Be nice to watch this one back.
Oh, don't worry. Expect the toppest tier commentary about Ninja Turtles.
Excellent. That's why I tune in. Really.
Alright, well, we have had some other finishers in the meantime. Just to go through them in order here. We have Bonta, Problems IRL, Illuse24, Edium, Salty Fry, Voosh, that's a good name, I like that. Seto and Pink Kitty Rose. Those are our 10 players that are done so far. As we approach the 1 hour 37-minute mark, surely a good specific time to be approaching.
Yeah, Technolink is going to be hitting the Ganon fight, but more importantly, Alex did find that gold sword. We kind of settle this.
Well, yeah, we were talking about this. So, Ninja Turtles, like Leonardo uses 2 swords, right? Would you rather have 1 gold sword or 2 master swords? Because that's kind of the same thing, right? You can kind of equate them like that.
I would rather have a gold sword because versus Ganon, you will not have to spin attacks with your 2 master swords. Oh my gosh.
I guess that's a pretty good reason.
Alright.
Actually, I'm starting to come along this line of thinking here.
I'm glad.
Technolink, the laggiest Ganon fight.
But the safest.
It is definitely very safe. With half magic, you will never die. That's for sure.
Out of the most dangerous part of the fight now, though. And plenty of potions, so the only real danger is a fall. Which shouldn't be an issue. And I don't believe hugging Ganon will kill you with 4.5 hearts, since you have blue mail. Technically. Or does it?
I actually might. I want to say hugging Ganon does 6 to blue?
Does it? I guess it... I think you're right, actually. Alright,
Oh,
well, yeah.
accidentally shot the wrong way. That might be wrong though. I'll have to check. Oh, the torch is gonna go out. Oh, good timing though. We barely got that swing in before the torch went out.
Okay, well. I do not believe Technolink will be falling.
Yes, Technolink does finish as our 11th place finisher with a 1:38.54, and according to SRL, has improved their personal best by about 5 minutes.
Not bad at all. Alex is on their way up as well. So let's finish up Moldorm 2, and then Agnum 2, and then
And Sheer has finished very closely behind Technolink. Alright. Going up to Agnum 2, hopefully has just as good a time as other people have with the very nice Agnum 2 pattern. Oh, Techno's here. Hey, how's it going?
It could have been better. I didn't beat Elis again.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh well, it was a good raid. It was a very good scene.
Yeah, it wasn't. There were some pretty awful spots for some things for some people, like the catfish having Quake and the bow location could have easily been orphaned out. But you had some nice things yourself. I think. Were you the first person to fake Flipper to grab those boots?
I did fake Flipper relatively early after the flute.
I think you were the first person to grab them. It was a really nice find. Fake flippering, having both that and the fire rod paid off pretty nice.
Yeah, I was like, well, might as well just fake Flipper. I get the flute, can flute twice to location 8, so you can easily get those fake Flippers set up. And after that, it was literally a complete rotation of Hyrule, going from Catfish over to the graveyard into Spooky Woods, followed by Thieves Town. It just all came together, and then it was like, yeah, why not do Swamp as well?
Yeah, it was a really nice, easy loop around the whole Dark World there. I think you took pretty nice.
Yeah, but it could have just as easily broken down. Like, if you did this without Fire Rod, then you would have to come back to Spooky Woods later on, and that would probably take you quite some time. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how the run went. And yeah, to be fair, like finishing 10 minutes within the first finisher is for me really good.
Yeah, you can easily it might sound weird, but lose about that much time just from making a wrong decision. Like, do you go to Mire first, or do you go to Ice Palace first? Not necessarily in this seat specifically, but it can be really easy to lose that much time over a single decision. So I think when you have this many people in the race, oh gosh, Nielsen is really low on health. Has a blue potion. Okay, it's good to stay within that time frame even in the first place.
Yeah, definitely, and I think I lost a bit of time with looking at Spike Cave when I knew that, and same with Spiral Cave, because I knew that they were out of the spheres, because everything was bow locked, so it couldn't be on pet because you needed bow for Eastern. Well, it ruled out a pendant seed. Everything else was open already. So the lantern had to be either in Turtle Rock or in Palace of Darkness, and I was like, okay, I can... If I didn't find lamp on the floating island, I would have just gambled on Dark Room Turtle Rock, which I've never done before, so pretty happy to find it.
Truth be told, the Dark Room of Turtle Rock actually is not that bad, considering the entire thing is on rails. So it's one of the easier ones to learn, in my opinion.
Well, it's very hard still, but
yeah,
nevertheless, was good.
I guess if you're just doing it in a race, you know, having not actually practiced it before, then it might be a little more scary.
Alright, Cowabunga, our Ninja Turtle friend Alex, finishing up as well.
Takes a 13th place finish, and welcome Nilsson, Alex.
Thank
Congratulations.
you, GG's to everybody.
Yeah.
That was fun, too.
Yeah, I wanna ask you about your Swamp Palace, because you did go a little bit further in there when no one else did.
Yeah,
we were hoping.
I was hoping for something, an item, bow maybe.
Yeah, the bow would have been the big find in there, and we didn't know where it was for actually quite a while until after you did that. So we were still worried that maybe you left it in there.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that I didn't go left side. That was like pretty much everything I had left in there, I think, and Argus. And I don't think there was more items that I could have possibly been in there, but it was worth a gamble. And then I went into Misery Mire, and Mire had nothing. So.
Yeah, that's true. We saw that one too. It's just those gambles you gotta make.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun seat to play. It was not like it could have been worse. I mean, I did some stupid gambles, like, and then I forgot about the money for pod. And then
Oh,
when I got the
yeah.
money for the pod, I lost Kiki and I had to get some extra rupees, so that cost me some time as well. So
Yeah,
But,
we were a little worried when we saw you going into Eastern Palace when you had the bow. I was like, he knows this is a pendant, right? But
oh yeah,
yeah,
I
you
was-
just quickly grabbed those rupees and we're out of there.
yeah, I got no rupee drops from the enemy, so I was like, oh, let's go in and open up those pots and get the few rupees I need left. So I mean, otherwise it was not that bad. Like it could have been worse. And you sometimes you need to gamble as well, so that's why I did more in Swamp and in Mystery Mire.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely call it Bo being somewhere deeper in Swamp, so I probably would have made the same decision as well. So I don't blame you for that at all.
Pretty much didn't have that much to do. Well, since we got the mids in there, but other than that, there was not much stuff to do before we got the mids. So I was like, maybe there's something more in Swamp. So it felt more like a logic thing to do. Just check a few more chests in Swamp.
I
Felt almost too
Yeah.
easy with the mitts in the first chest.
Yeah,
Suspicious.
that was a little bit fun to get that in there. So
Yeah, we definitely saw hesitation from a lot of their racers. Like, do I really want to leave or keep going? But most people did that immediately.
that is why I did Mystery Mire before Ice Palace, because I was like, if there's nothing in Mystery Mire, I can just gamble with Ice Palace and don't check all the checks in there, and thankfully that paid off. But Catfish with Quake, that was fun.
It was fun.
What does Catfish give again in vanilla?
Quake.
Quake.
It's pretty good. It's usually the worst possible places for items are usually either vanilla locations, but I guess there are worse places for that than Catfish. Like, I think the bow and the hookshot are pretty up there in awful places for vanilla items.
Yeah. I remember the hint we got about a unique item under the water, so going up to Catfish before I went into pub was actually a good move in one way, but I used all my money on potions, which was stupid, so it didn't pay off that much, but at least I could go moded pods. That's always nice to do, so
Yeah, it was a nice early big key there.
Yeah, I was hoping for big key early as well. But I guess we go moded at about the same time, Nilsson.
We
Yeah,
did see
pretty
that
much.
the pod
I think.
hint. We did see the pod hint talking about the bow needing the book, which would have been really good if anyone had gone in there looking for items that weren't the bow, because if you're like doing the bottle glitch there, you're gonna get that hint. But no one needed anything but the bow by the time that they had a chance to go to pod.
It was late pod, I feel like. Since we didn't get the bow, like bow on Bambo's tablet, that was a funny place to put the bow on.
I was a bit afraid that we would find bow somewhere deep in Eastern Palace at the last chest after we got the. Can you imagine?
Yeah, everyone goes in there for the hammer early and then just immediately leaves rather than going all the way to the big chest or the big key chest.
We find the bow there. Ah.
Well, other than that, it was pretty much straightforward, I would say. It wasn't much of a troll items, maybe just the bow. Otherwise, it wasn't that bad. Like you got your rods real fast, flippers real fast. Since Hobo had it, so you could have well, if you went to Catfish early, you could have done Turtle Rock way earlier. But I didn't want to do that because it didn't give out that much health this seed, so.
Well, they still stuck through it and did pretty alright in my opinion, so thank you for that.
Thank you guys for the commentating the race and to the trackers doing the tracking.
Oh, thank you for playing as the Ninja Turtles. We had a lot of fun.
Well, Ninja Turtles are my favorite, so I've been sticking to the sprite since it got released, so.
Nice. I'm happy about that. We had a lot of fun talking about swords and ninja specific weapons, and it was great Link to the Past commentary, probably.
I guess I will have to go back and watch the VOD later on.
Oh, shoutouts to our trackers, literally Jin and Engels. I think that's Engels. Is that how you say that?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, thank you for doing our tracking, keeping our items up to date. And yeah, I think that'll just about do it for us. Anyone have anything else they want to get out there real quick?
I'll shout out to you guys, the speed gaming and you guys commentating and trackers, to making this possible to do the dailies. So thank you guys.
Yes, and of course, thank you for the commentary. It definitely provides a view from a lot of angles.
I see what you did there.
Ah. Thank you, of course, to the runners who are our main feature here. We wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have people, so many people playing them every time. It's great that the interest has kept up for as long as it has, and hopefully it keeps on going.
Yeah. Well, I guess that'll about do it for us, Mikan. This little
I'm
rant.
just kind of dragging it along a little bit until we get the very final part of the credits, because
I
that'll be
see.
the best time to turn it off there.
Alright, I'll also be leaving. Thanks again for commentating, and till
Yeah, thank you, and congrats. Yep, alright, that'll do it for us. Oh man, I guess I could have pulled up the speed gaming schedule during all that.
You probably could have.
Dang, sorry about that. I'm dropping the ball. Alright, on Speed Gaming 1, or I guess Speed Gaming without a number, they're doing Azure Dreams, Rock Me to the Top tournament. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna go watch that. That's happening very shortly there on Speed Gaming, and we got
Azure
some
Dreams.
Super Metroid and some ALTTP League coming up here in about an hour.
I think Azure Dreams is like PS1 era Pokemon, so it should be a
Really?
good time.
It,
I
it
think
sounds
so.
like it would be that. I'm gonna go see what that is. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you chat for watching, sticking with us through every dumb thing we do.
Yes,
And thank you, Malay, for commenting with me. I had fun as always.
You're welcome. Yes, always a pleasure. See you guys later.
Yeah, take care.